Welcome to the library's presentation for Business Law 4540. My name's Tom O'Brien, and I'm going to be taking you through some of our key databases and locations on our website to go to help you with your assignment. Brief outline here of what I want to show you. I want to talk to you about utilizing legal databases, in particular Westlaw, Nexus Uni, and LegalTrack. Unfortunately, Westlaw, they must be having some issues with their server right now, and so I can't show you that, and it's really unfortunate because that's my favorite one. But I will show you Nexus Uni and LegalTrack. I will also show you how to search for articles in databases, business databases, such as Business Source Premier and ABI Inform Complete. I'll talk to you a little bit about creating citations. The great thing about creating citations is they're really kind of done for you with most databases. And if you're using a database that doesn't do it for you, there is a place to go to get that. And that's a perfect segue because the next point is utilizing Libguides. These are research guides that are electronic websites, if you will, that show you, depending on what class you're in, how to find legal resources and also how to find citations for those legal resources. And I'll get to that as we get there. I also want to show you how to get direct access to journals. The library has a lot of electronic journals. Most of our journals are not hard copy anymore. They are electronic, but there's an easy way to get to that as well. I'm going to show you how to find business and company information. And I wrote down a few here on the screen. Business Source Premier, Business Insights Essentials, and ABI Inform to find business and company information. Lastly, I will tell you how do you seek assistance, how do you get help after this presentation, if it's me or if it's another librarian or whatnot. So there's several options for that. I have down there my name and my email address. So if you need help beyond this presentation, I'll be more than happy to work with you. If it's email, or if it's one-on-one, come into my office, or just if you want to Zoom too, we can do that. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen for a second, and I'll share another screen, and you should be seeing the library's homepage. First thing I want to do is get to the databases. So how do I do that? First thing you want to do is click on the databases tab. Once you do that, you have two options. You can either type in a database title, the name of the database, or you can click on the magnifying glass or where it says browse databases by title. That'll give you the A to Z page of databases that we have available. And there are 680 of them available, but you really have to know what you're looking for. So we know we want business law and business databases. So we could click here where it says all subjects and go either to business and economics, which are 70 databases, or scroll down again and get right to law. And there are 14 databases for that. I don't need to do that because I need to kind of show you both of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly, let's just try something. I'm going to see if Westlaw is working now. I'm going to go to the alpha letter W, and let's see if Westlaw is working. It really wasn't for the last few hours, so I'm going to give it a second and see if this happens. And it looks like it's going through the same thing. So unfortunately, I can't show you Westlaw. Again, it's my favorite one for finding cases for your topic. So let me click out of that because it's just not happening right now, unfortunately. But I do know that there's another one that is working, and it's called Nexus Uni. So I'm going to go to the letter N and then scroll down to Nexus Uni. Here it is. It says it accesses over 1 billion full-text news, magazine, legal, business articles, and reports, etc. So I'll click on that. Now, normally it would ask me to log in with my username and password from FAU. I had already done that, so it's not going to ask me to do that. It would also ask you to log in with for security purposes, a duo mobile login, and you have to kind of get on your phone and say accept, and then now you're here. So let's just pretend here we're in Nexus Uni and we want to look for cases. So I'm going to get away from the general search here. I'm going to go right here, the guided search, and it says I'm going to look for cases. And I want to look for federal cases. It's already checked off, so I don't need to do anything there. But I am going to, oh, hang on one second. Let me make sure that this is recording. Yes, it is recording. I'm going to get back to that page. And let's see, where is it? Okay, Nexus Uni. So Nexus Uni, we're already at cases. We're at federal cases. We're going to look for stuff on sex discrimination. And it really helps if you type it in correctly. So discrimination. Okay, and you can choose the dates. I know for your assignment that you have to have stuff within the last 5 years. So we'll check that off and hit search. And so the first one that comes up is Bostic versus Clayton City. There's all the information about it from June 15th, 2020. We're good to go. Scroll down, you can see the overview. Employers violated Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 when they fired a longtime employee shortly after the employee revealed that he or she was homosexual, etc. So there's the overview of the case. There's the law that was being potentially broken. And let's just click on the case. Okay, so here's your case. Really important just to get going from the beginning. Export the citation. You're going to need this for your reference page. APA format, copy, paste, and put it into your reference page. All done for you. You don't have to use that book. You don't have to waste your time. It's still good to check to make sure it's all legit. There could be human error here. But we have our citation and we're good to go. Scrolling down, prior history of the case, core terms of the case summary of exactly what we were just starting to read. Scroll down, they'll have head notes. These are basically definitions and the interpretation of legislation, etc. And there's going to be a lot of them. It's going to be a lot of these. Keep scrolling down. They're also going to have, after these interpretations, the lawyer's edition. So this is from another side. The summary of the case from the lawyer's position. Head notes again as well. What do they determine sex? What does that mean? And other terms and other legal definitions, etc. Scrolling down, there's a lot of them again. But if you keep scrolling down, here's your syllabus of the case. And keep scrolling down. There's a lot of stuff here. The opinion of the case. What's the opinion of the Supreme Court, of the decision? Again, scroll down and you can make whatever you want out of this. I'm gonna scroll, make sure my volume is good here. Okay, so that's how to find cases and your citation in Nexus Uni. Again, unfortunately, I can't show you Westlaw, which is my favorite, but it's pretty much the same. You just kind of click the cases, make sure you go in the federal cases, click in your topic, and you're going to get and the date parameters, and then get your topic and your case and explain it. You can easily find 3 cases. There are 17. Let's see, how many cases do we get here? I don't see the number there. 8,000 cases, and that's just in the last 5 years. So you're going to find plenty of cases for whatever your topic is. So that's Nexus Uni. That's again finding cases. Again, please, I would implore you to use Westlaw as well, because I think it's a little more user-friendly, the website. Not that this is very difficult as well, but the database is pretty user-friendly, and you just keep clicking court cases, federal, or you can use, go by state if you wanted to. And you can find cases on whatever topic you're looking for. So that is Nexus Uni. I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you, now there's something called Legal Track. So I'm going to go to the alpha letter L. And I'm going to scroll down till I see Legal Track, indexes, major law reviews, legal newspapers, etc. Click on that. And so now here we are at Legal Track, and we'll just do the same thing we did before. Sex discrimination. Now, a lot of these databases will give you something called predictive text. They're trying to determine where you're trying to go with this. I'm just going to leave it at sex discrimination for the purposes of this presentation. You can get, obviously, a little more in depth with whatever you're looking for. Academic journal articles about this topic, 4,462 of them, 135 magazine articles, news articles about them, images and videos. And if you wanted to, you can come to the right-hand side of the screen and you can click on peer-reviewed journals. These are articles that have been, if you click on that, you're going to get articles that have been reviewed by experts in the field. Some classes will require that your stuff needs to be peer-reviewed. I'm not going to do that right now. But let's just say you look at number one, the central mistake of sex discrimination law, the disaggregation of sex from gender. This is from November 95. So my article is a little old here. Let's go back. And I want to change the publication date. And I know for your particular assignment, you need stuff from the last 5 years or so. And I'm going to say or so. So I'm going to choose 2016, January 1st. And we'll go right up to today's date. Click apply. So now we're down to 1,331 articles. Again, these are within the last 5 years. Because of sex, Title VII's failures to leave legal sex workers unprotected. I don't know. Let's pretend, I don't know if that's even what you want for your topic here, but let's see what it looks like. Here's your article. This is actually a pretty lengthy article. It's not even a peer-reviewed article. I will say this too. Look at their references that they're using. If you're having trouble finding articles, you can look at their references and try to find that article. Or when it says more like this, and you can try to find another article that's talking about the same stuff that you're trying to talk about. There's your couple of cases right there if you went that route. But again, we're just looking for articles here. Your citation is important. Here's your citation button. Make sure it's APA 7th edition. Copy, paste, right into my reference page, done. Now, it's almost too easy nowadays, the way they have it. Scrolling down, here's related subjects. Maybe you want to go off on something else and talk about something else. And they'll give you articles about that as well. You could also, some of these databases give you the option of listening to the article. That's actually something good for me because, I tend to read and I get a little interrupted or whatever. But if I listen to something, I tend to learn better that way. So that's an option for me. So that's finding articles legal in a legal database. So let's go. There are other databases too that you can use for this. And what are those? And again, I'm going to go back to the databases page. Again, right from scratch, in case you don't remember how to get there. Go to Databases tab. Click on the magnifying glass or browse without typing anything in. And the first one I want to show you is called Business Source Premier. So I'm going to go to the letter B and scroll all the way down. I think it's the last one. Business Source Premier. Again, this is for articles about your topic. So I'm going to type in sex discrimination, and make sure you're typing in correctly too, because the last time I did this, I got nothing on sex discrimination, but here it is, 11,000 articles. Now, 11,000 articles, that's quite a bit, maybe even too much. But what you can do is you go to the left-hand side of the screen on Business Source Premier. You can make sure, well, I would need peer-reviewed articles, check that off. Change that date. 1908 is way too long, way too old for me. I need stuff that's about the last 5 years or so. Now we're down to 2,939 articles. And what do they give you? There's options here. This one here, the second one's a great example of, it says find it at FAU. It doesn't even tell you that we have it. But that just means that it's not in this database, but it can find a database that has it, hopefully, and give the article to you. Sometimes they'll just give you the PDF full text, which is great if you're doing if you're directly quoting from the article, because it'll give you the actual page number. It's like looking at a hand copy right in your hand. You can see the page number. Sometimes they'll just give you, scrolling down, HTML full text, which is basically just looking at a web page for the non-techie people. It means hypertext markup language. It just means you're looking at a web page. Here's your article. You have the option on some of these databases to listen to it again. You want to do your citation, click Cite. Make sure you go down to APA format, 7th edition, that's the latest edition, copy, paste, boom, and it's done for you. Just copy and paste that into your reference page. So it couldn't be any easier. I'm gonna get out of citation. If you really wanted to, you could come down to the left-hand side of the filters where you had your change in the date and you want your peer-reviewed stuff. And you can come down and look by subject and show me more subjects. Well, I want to know how this relates to, well, sexism for sure. Sex discrimination, I want to include that topic in there. And the Me Too movement, an update. And it gives you the number of articles per subject. So here are my articles now. Again, find it at FAU, not in this database, but I can find it. And that's essentially Business Insights, Business Source Premier, excuse me. The next one I want to show you, next database, is called ABI Inform. And this is actually my favorite. It's my go-to, hint, hint, put a star next to it. ABI Inform is a huge database. It's much larger than Business Source Premier. We're just going to type in the same exact topic. Sex discrimination. Again, helps when you type it correctly. And again, predictive text from the database. Well, I'm pretend I don't see that. Now I have 145,000 articles on sex discrimination. You could type in something like sex discrimination in the workplace. The key thing here is using keywords and key phrases. You don't want to be too wordy, but the same deal applies. I want to look at only scholarly journals. There's 31,000 of them, articles of them. Change that date, 1870 is way too long. I'm going to look at the last, change that back there, about the last 10 years or so, and then pick and choose. I know your assignment says 5 years, so just make sure that the dates are correct. So we have 99,000 of these articles.